7 in the morning. I just did a face mask because of course today I have a big pimple. I feel like anytime I have a shoot, a wedding, something, I have a big pimple. But anyway, we're gonna get started with some makeup and then get started. So we had to move the shoot to our house, which is nice because I don't gotta leave. Move the shoot to the house because it's so rainy, so it's gonna be more of lifestyle rather than like street style boss vibes. I'll pop some pictures of what I mean between street style and more lifestyle. Both are considered lifestyle, but this is more like homey lifestyle today. All right, having some breakfast. Makeup artist is setting up and I'm just writing my looks and what we're gonna do with it, since again we're pivoting. All right, coming down. See our setup. And Kai.
I will make light, so no worries.
And now I'll put Kai's Instagram on here.
You put the natural hair, right? I think so.
I did that. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're doing like a lifestyle shoot, so I don't want to look too. Yeah, right. I don't want to look like
yourself.
If I post it November or October, it doesn't look like the same shoot of like, oh, that's when she was like extra.
And do you mind if I take before video? You
Oh yeah, no, not at all. People.
Sure.
We have, yes, looking cute. We have KB here. I will link her Instagram and we are gonna get started with the shoot. Makeup came out good and let's do it. That was a really good session. Makeup artist was great, very professional. Photographer was great and very professional. So definitely want to continue working with them as a team. And the best part is your girl did not have to leave her house. So anyway, now I'm gonna do, because I don't want to waste my makeup, spend some coins. But I'm gonna try to knock out 2 YouTube videos and then that's it, because I don't want to overwork myself. But I'm gonna do 2 sit-down videos, one on, let me know in the comments because you guys are gonna see this before they even come out. So hopefully you guys wanna see these videos, but one I'm gonna do how to get ahead of seasonal depression. And then the other one is going to be how I became a Dina student. So just 2 sit-down videos, and then it is 10:30. Your girl's gonna find something to eat and crawl in the bed. Enjoy a nice in-bed day with my boo. But we're gonna get this video done. Hi friends, just woke up from a little nap. So by the time I finished those YouTube videos and pretty much content creating, it was about 11, 12. But had to definitely utilize that time and the energy that I had. So woke up from a nap. I'm just making some late brunch. What I'm making is probably gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna taste good, we'll see. But basically we got this, I usually order cinnamon raisin bagels when I do my groceries, but I accidentally ordered cinnamon raisin bread. So Charles was like, oh, this would be good French toast, which I agree. But one of the ingredients to make French toast obviously is milk. We don't have milk and it is rainy and ugly outside, but we happen to have chocolate milk. So I don't know how this is gonna taste, but we're gonna try it also between, I think if this was plain bread, it would probably taste good. But between this being, I think I put a little too much milk. I definitely put too much milk. But between it being cinnamon raisin bread and now we're adding chocolate to it, it's definitely gonna be sweet for sure. But let's see, let's make our little late brunch. Good All right, y'all, essentially I burnt it. This is my first time using this griddle. Usually Charles throws down on the breakfast and brunch on weekends. But we got this griddle newly for our wedding. So it's a little burnt, and don't judge me. But let's try it and see. It's good. And the chocolate, you don't really taste it. It don't taste like so sweet and all that. It tastes like normal French toast. And it's good, yeah. And I made a little egg for myself. Charles doesn't eat egg. And we have some smoothie and some sausage. Mwah. So I'll tell you a little bit about Flourish with Delores, and then I have a couple questions for you, and then you're welcome to ask me some questions. Sounds good? Mm-hmm. All right, so I created Flourish with Delores, I think in like 2019. It was just not just a podcast. It was a podcast. And it was mostly because I wanted to do something outside of work, something to share the stories of my peers who were also in the struggle, to kind of send the message that, you know, everything doesn't have to be perfect. It's about progress, and adulting is a struggle. So when I started the podcast, I realized like, oh, if I don't make my Instagram page public, how will more people, you know, find out about the podcast? So I had a regular Instagram page, you know, like the average person, 1,000 followers, who were people for the most part that I knew. And then I went public and then started following people that I thought would be interested in my podcast. And then I grew it to about 3,000. And then in 2020, when everybody had extra time on their hands, I started a YouTube channel as a part of Flourish with Delores. Fell in love with YouTube. Didn't have as much time for the podcast because I had to choose one or the other because I work full time. And then I kept growing my following, and then I grew to about 5,000. And then brands started reaching out to me. Fabletics was the first one. So then I became sort of like in the influencer lane of working with brands. And since then I've worked with maybe about 7 brands. I slowed down this year because my husband and I had like our big wedding, and you know, I started a new job, so things got a little bit busy. So that's pretty much Flourish with Delores. I like to think of my business as having 3 pillars. I usually talk about marriage, balancing, you know, career and life. And so those are the projects I'm working on right now.
To the tech world. So I was like a strategy consultant for them, how to like better market.
Go, girl.
And to reach and stuff like that, yeah.
You go, girl. That is awesome. What do you want to do with your degree? What's your goal? Because I always like to help people, you know, get towards their goals. So my goal of having an intern and a personal assistant is to still help you. So that's why I'm looking for a team to help with that. So tell me a little bit about what you did with marketing and how you can see that relating to your work with Flourish with Delores. That was a great interview, y'all. So today is a Monday, continuing this week in my life, and actually off of work for today, and today's supposed to be my day of rest from the hectic work week. That ended up being a 7-day work week, and it's supposed to be my day of rest, but knowing me, I woke up this morning at 6 and I just could not fall back asleep, and I finally took like a nap around maybe like 11 to 12. And now I have back-to-back meetings somehow. I'm interviewing for an intern. My last intern, shout out to Bera, moved on to another experience as she should. She interned with me for 2 semesters, so it's time for her to get new experience. But last week I hired a personal assistant, and this week I'm trying to do an intern. I just really want to, I don't want to just be a dean of students success. I love what I do. It takes a lot of my time, but I also want to make sure that I'm also catering to my passion projects and building my own brand and all of that good stuff. However, I can't do it alone, especially with the time that my job takes. So that's why I'm hiring a team. So some people might look at me being a small social media person and be like, why do you need a whole team, blah blah blah, mind your business. No, I'm just kidding, don't mind your business, because obviously I put my business out there, but I do it because I still want to keep these things going. It helps me connect and mentor with younger people who want to get into this field of marketing and social media management. So I'm hoping that the intern and the personal assistant can help me stay a little bit more consistent on social media while I'm busy with work. They can help make sure that thumbnails are still being done for YouTube, so you guys can watch my videos and they can go out on Sundays as they should. And that we're thinking of different ways to market my YouTube videos, and also get back to brand deals. Last year, before the wedding, I was doing so good with brand deals. I think I had about 7 brand deals. So I want to get back to that because that's a source of income. It's a thing that I love to do. I love creating sponsored posts for brands. So all the things I still want to make sure that I continue to do that I love, but I don't have as much time for, which means if I want to continue to do it, I need help. So this last girl was pretty good. My next person, my 3 o'clock was a no-show. I have a 3:30, and although I'm off from work today, I have a 4 o'clock work call because we're still working with this system to help us track our students, and it's not quite where it needs to be, and we're trying to find times to meet to get it where I want it to be before I train faculty advisors on Thursday. Today was really the only day that worked. The rest of my schedule is jam-packed. If you see, there's not a lot of white space on my schedule, pretty jam-packed. So anyway, I offered to have us meet today at 4 o'clock. So I have that meeting at 4, and then I have one last internship meeting. So that means 4 to 5. And then I have one last internship interview at 5. And today was supposed to be my day of rest. Shame on me. But that's okay because next week is Columbus Day, so I'll rest. And then the following weekend, I don't have anything, so I'll rest then too. So definitely always looking ahead on when I'm going to be able to rest because rest is essential. All right, let me see if I can put away a couple dishes before my 3:30. It's 3:24. I really should just sit here and chill, but I need to empty the dishwasher because after these meetings, I want to prep some food for tomorrow's dinner that I was supposed to cook today, but it's not happening because I'm tired. But I can at least prep it so tomorrow morning before work, I can put it in the what's that thing called? In the crock pot, and then we come home to a nice meal.
No, sorry I'm a little late.
Oh, no problem. How you doing?
I like TikTok and all of that. So when I read that you're like about your company and you were like big on social media, I found that very interesting. I like marketing and business, things like that. Like how to like promote different brands. Because me myself, I want to start doing lashes soon. So I want to learn how to like, okay, this will give me insight on how to like operate a brand and like promote my own business.
At first I wanted to be like a social worker, but I'm more leaning to like working, still being a social worker, but like working with like people in a way, like helping people, like helping others. I kind of wanted to do like something with like a non-profit.
Any interview you have, like you have to do research about the company so you can ask appropriate questions. But she was a sweet girl. All right, y'all, IT meeting went well. I just cleaned the chicken, put some vinegar and some seasoning. So I cleaned it with vinegar, then I seasoned it and I put it in the fridge. Because it's already 5 o'clock, I'm not gonna slow cook it tonight. I'm gonna just prep everything as if I'm making it tonight and then put it in the fridge, and then tomorrow morning dump everything in before work. So when we come home from work, we could just enjoy some nice slow cooked soup. So I just have to chop the vegetables, saute it tonight, and then I'm gonna grind this. This is the roasted peppers. If you watch my vlogs, you've seen me make this before. This is like my fall winter staple. Nice and hearty chicken chili. I'm mad about them burnt French toast yesterday. I think it was a combination of me putting it too high and me not realizing how fast it was gonna cook. Because I was standing there the whole time. It's not like I like walked away and did something. It was like 5 minutes. You look really good, babe. Can I show them you?
Sure.
Oh, Charles is willing to come on camera. Sometimes he runs from y'all. My man looking all good. He just came from work, working all hard. And now tell him where you going, baby. Tell him what you whiz.
Nah,
He's a lot. He does a lot. I'm so proud of you.
I got a Seton Hall alumni board meeting, so.
He's on the whole board for Seton Hall University, where it all happened with us.
Yep.
And then, what else you want? You just do so much. I just love you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Hey.
On candid camera. All right, and I got my chicken dress on. Luckily nothing splashed on me, but I put on my chicken dress. I mean, this is really my cooking dress, but I threw this on. I had that student at, one more intern at 5:30, so let me stop talking because I have about 10 minutes to chop this up and then switch back to my sweater for the meeting with that student. So let's get it. If you watch my videos, you know I like to buy things that are already chopped, but fortunately I couldn't find a red pepper that was chopped without green peppers in it, and I wasn't sure what that would do to my meal. But I do have some already chopped onions. I also couldn't find on the website that I was ordering from chopped celery, so this is as chopped as it is, but at least it's not like the whole celery stalk where I have to like really be cleaning and chopping it. So I just rinsed it off and just gonna chop it. This recipe calls for 1 cup of celery. So I'm gonna chop it and measure it because I have about 15 ounces of celery in this jar. It's pretty much about a cup, but I'll just do a little bit more celery. Way more onions than I needed. Nice soft veggies for our soup. Let that cool before we put in the fridge for the night. And that's pretty much everything for the prep. Tomorrow we'll add everything together and have deliciousness. All right, just threw on my sweater, took off my cooking dress, and about to knock out this last meeting. I did let them know ahead that it was a video call, and she had a bright pink bonnet on and was in the dark. But the lights and stuff were restored. I think she just didn't expect to have to turn her camera on because I asked her to turn her camera on. And for people that like to wear bonnets, like, please don't. Like, you can always wear like a hat like this or like a knit cap, but just something that it doesn't look like it's associated with sleep. I totally get it. Sometimes our hair isn't done or we don't feel like doing our hair, but that's why I do have my scarf under this, and then I put this hat on. So yeah, wasn't a fan of that. And even for an interview, usually I'd be a little bit more dressed up, but y'all know between the rain and everything, I'm not feeling it. But I still try to not look like I just got out of bed. So you put on my cap and a sweater, but that was a little bit of a turn off. Some of her questions kind of showed she wasn't familiar, like didn't like look into like my website or channels at all. I think just, I mean, she was sweet. It just needs like a little bit growing, and that is why I got into this, because I want to be able to mentor. But I can't take someone that's like doesn't have as much experience, only because I don't have as much time to completely groom someone from no experience to experience. But I will say, when you interview, just be video camera ready, have your questions ready to go, do your research on the company that you're interviewing for, so you can speak to some of the skills that they're looking for. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go with candidate number 1. I liked her. I think she had the most experience, can kind of hit the ground running with some of my training, and then I'll be able to mentor her, take her, you know, stuff to the next level. But that is it, y'all. It was a lot for me to even do these virtual meetings today because today is supposed to be my day of rest. But I pulled it together and we got it done. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good morning. It is 6:50. About to quickly dump our ingredients in here that we prepped yesterday. There's our sauteed veggies. One thing I forgot to prep is our kidney beans, but that's okay. It doesn't take a long time. Just gonna mix all the water out. I like to mix the dark and red kidney beans because I think it just makes it look nicer. A lot of different color in our soup. I think the recipe only calls for one or the other, but I like to have both because it looks so good. Recipe calls for 2 pounds. This was just a little bit under a pound. I mean, just a little bit under 2 pounds. I think it was 1.8. Add a little bit more seasoning. The recipe calls for 2.5 teaspoons of sea salt. I just put a couple dashes because chicken broth has enough sodium. I like to keep this, I only put 2 cups of this in here, but I like to keep it in the fridge because as days go by and the chicken really starts to soak in the soup, it doesn't get, some of the soup runs out. So then a couple nights later, I'll add a little bit more to make it a little bit more soupy again, and you know, reheat it and all that good stuff. So it gives us a little bit more juices. Just making sure my thing is on, because the last thing you want to do is come home to it not being on. Oh, can't forget the roasted charred peppers. There we go. I knew the chicken was looking a little naked. Alright, we are gonna go to work and let this do its thing. Come home to some goodness. All right, y'all, it is 6 o'clock. Just got home. About to shred this chicken. I already started and then I was like, oh, let me get my camera. But, oops. As you can see, it's so succulent. It's literally just falling apart, which is amazing. So everything cooked nicely through. And this was like a nice, big, fat piece of chicken breast. And it cooked through. I think I started this at about 7 a.m. So it's been a little bit over 8 hours. But it's nice to come home to some good smelling soup. I still have my jacket on because I was like, let me just get this done and then hop in the shower. Oh, wow. I'm trying to take this other piece of chicken breast out so I could shred it and it's falling apart. Probably could have just shredded it in there. It's like perfect for today because it's cold and rainy. So the reason why I wanted to do this before I take a shower is because I want to give it like 20 to 30 more minutes of it just marinating within the chicken breast. You see our beans, see the celery, the veggie pieces, just so good. And so I feel like everything become one. But this looks so good. Cannot wait to eat. Just want to make sure all the seasonings get mixed together well. Another car karaoke. With a grateful heart and a joyful sound, I pour my praises. Hello friends, why are we blurry? There we go. It's another day and I had a great panel. I did a first year student success town hall with all of our first year students, and I invited 4 students who've been suspended in the past. One is currently suspended and at a community college from the university, come and talk to our students, our first year students, about their experience, how they led themselves to the suspension, the lessons they learned, what they wish they would have done differently as freshmen. And it was so good, y'all. Our freshmen were like so into it, and like I think it was a good wake-up call, especially for those who aren't doing well. Then after that, I did an advisor town hall, which was really good to train our faculty advisors and our professional advisors so we're on the same page. So good things, and I'll put the rest of the stuff that I have going on today. But good things, y'all. I'm excited. Things are moving. Things are busy, but I love what I do. I feel like it's making a difference. So I'll see if people took pictures or anything during my presentation, and I'll pop that in as well. All right, I'll check in with y'all later.